What if I told you that the key to getting the things that you want as a parent, obedient children, children who love the Lord, children who have a relationship with you, all of those things, isn't to try harder. It isn't to strive. The way to get what you want is to truly get to the end of yourself, to truly give up. That goes against everything that is within us, right? Now, there is a certain level of effort that we need to put into things, to faithfulness, right? Like, I'm not putting those things down, but if you're someone who's maybe like me, who's like, okay, I'm going to figure out what to do and then I'm just going to plug it in, like it's just a formula, plug and play, and then it's going to work for me. That is not how it works. The key to getting all the things that you want is actually to give up, to get to the end of yourself. Like, it's just this amazing thing that happens when we wear ourselves out and we realize that, God, like, you need to show up, right? It is an amazing thing, and it really takes the stress off of us. Paul says, in my weakness, I am made strong. Therefore, I delight in my weaknesses, in hardships, because then the Lord can be magnified. When we are weak, when we cannot do it any longer, that is when Christ can be magnified in us. So how do we relate this to parenting? We do conform to the pattern of the world to a certain extent, don't we? That is Romans 12 too. I mean, we're not supposed to, but we actually do to a certain extent. We all do it, and so we can find like the popular parenting methods, the techniques, like even in Christian culture, the buzzwords, the popular things that all the parents are doing, and we can just wear ourselves out. Also, we're all called to different things. For example, I homeschool my children. A lot of homeschool families, they do a co-op. They go to a co-op. Now, I'm not like dissing that or anything, but where I'm at in my life right now with little children who need naps, that would just stress me out. And so, you know what? That is not something I feel called to right now. And actually, I mean, there's a part of me that's like, should I strive to make that happen? And I think good things would come out of that, but I'm just not called to it right now. And if it causes me to just stress out way too much to the point where I can't be a good parent, I mean, is it really worth it? I mean, there's a wrong way to do a good thing. The truth is this: you become powerful when you give up, when you get to the end of yourself, when you stop kicking against the goads, against God's way. For us, for our children, we need to be pursuing the word of God, and we need to be doing it God's way. Sure, conforming to the pattern of the world and all of these good methods and all of this, all these different parenting methods that are out there, they may sound good and they might actually sound easy because it's like, hey, I have something I can follow, this I can do. But when we rely on God for those things, I mean, there's kind of an unknown to that because God is mysterious, and our eyes are all open to varying degrees, so it might take God a while to open up our eyes in a specific area. And that is an unknown, we're afraid of things like that. When we give up and we get to the end of ourselves and we say, God, I'm nothing without you. I'm so tired of fighting. Will you come into my life and breathe your life into this situation, into my parenting journey, into this situation with my child? God can take the little bit that we have and he can multiply it. When we refuse to give up, that can be a form of idol worship in our lives. We have these standards that, we think we need to meet or whatever to be a good parent or whatever. But actually, less is more. God, his blueprint for parenting is actually very simple. It is very easy to follow. We can make an idol out of the things in our mind, and are we willing to lay those things down at the foot of the cross? If you are new to pursuing God biblically with your children, I have a resource for you that I want you to go check out in the description below. It is called the Jumpstart Guide, God's simple blueprint to jumpstart God's way in your life. This book can be broken into 3 steps, half of which you have already done. Number 1, you need to trust God as the first perfect parent. He knows what he's doing. He is before all things, and in him all things hold together. He's the first parent. He's the perfect parent. You can trust him. You can take it to the bank. Step number 2, you are going to model his methods. You are going to look at him as the perfect father, and you are going to do what he does. Step number 3, you are going to reap peace and clarity in your home. How much of what we go through as Christian mothers is just us being clueless, right? This Jumpstart guide will give you direction. It is very simple. It is very simple. It is very straightforward. Until next time, bye for now.